I'm Carrie, and I've been guided to make a video for a few days, but my energy has just been off the charts, and I've been going through a few things, so I just didn't really feel up to it. And I realized today that the reason I didn't feel up to it was because I wasn't believing in myself. And I didn't think I could do it when I know I can. So I decided to just, let's go with it. I have no earthly idea what's going to come out. I just know that I need to speak and I need to make a video and I'm being called to it. So here we go. Let's get this energy broke up. My angel bell, in case anybody's wondering. The sage helps, but the bells help too. Okay, let's see. I guess what I feel most guided to talk about right now is going to be my ascension. And with that, I just really want to talk about what has happened to me so far and what I've gone through, and just shed a little light on mine to see if I can help anybody else out with it. Pretty much I started my journey last July on my birthday. I am 38 years old. I pretty much had my a tower moment then, to where I didn't know what was going on. Everything was falling apart in my world. My life was crumbling, and I couldn't figure out why, and I didn't know why. So what did I do? I pack up the kids, the house, and move back home, 4.5 hours away. I was there, or we were there, August, September, and October, and moved back home to this exact location in November. After another tower moment happened while I was down there that was even worse. And it turned out to be not a good environment for me and my children. My roommate had guns and drugs around my children, and in the beginning she wasn't anything like that, but she had went through some stuff with an ex and just, in my opinion, went off her rocker and started doing stuff that was out of her character. And so we packed up and we moved back home. When I got back home, I started waking up more, and I got on YouTube and I started just trying to figure out what was going on in my life. What was this that I was feeling? Why was I feeling this way? Why could I hear spirits again for the first time since I was a child? Again, why was I being told stuff that was happening before it happened? Again. Now, mind you, when I was a child, I could speak to spirits, I could see spirits, I just knew stuff that was going to happen before it happened. And my mother didn't believe in it. For example, my dad wasn't really around as a child, and we would see him sporadically throughout the years before he passed in '96. And every time he was going to come, I would wake up and I would tell my mom, Dad's coming today. And she'd say, no, he's not. You haven't talked to him in this amount of time, you know. Why would you say that? And I said, I just know he's coming. And so she'd send me to school, and I'd get home, and my dad would be there. And she'd be looking at me like, what is going on with this child? And then my grandmother, who I'm named after, I'm her namesake, and actually it's my great-great-grandmother, who is a very important woman in my life, always has been, has been in my life in multiple lifetimes with me, is part of the reason that I hear stuff and know stuff. she's one of my angels that talk to me and that guide me to do the stuff that I do, which I found out now, which I didn't know then. She passed away and everything went kind of crazy, and probably about 2 weeks before she passed away, I told my mom, Granny's going to pass away. And of course, nobody wanted to hear that because she was the most loving, kind, beautiful spirit, soul woman that you will ever meet in your entire life. So Mom didn't want to hear that. And I didn't know how I knew, but I just knew. So Mom just kind of blew it off. I kind of got a harsh treatment out of it. Kind of got smacked in the face and told, don't ever talk about that anymore. It's the devil. You shouldn't be talking about that. And so, me being a child, I didn't know. I believed what my mom said. And it wasn't really that she knew what she was talking about. She didn't know what she was talking about. So that was just her reaction, her fear reaction. False evidence appearing real in her ego mind. Because in reality, my mother is a Cancer and she's just in tune as I am. She just doesn't listen to her intuition and doesn't work with it, so it doesn't help her the way that it helps me. So with this ascension and me waking up and getting back in November, I started hearing my spirits again. I started being able to talk to them and hear them. And as a child, I had all the clairs, clairaudient, clairsentient, all of them. I could hear, I could smell, I could see, I just knew stuff. And like I said, I blocked it. So right now, I have my knowing back. I can't see yet. I do have smell and knowing. So for instance, with smell, when I'm on the internet or something and I'm talking to somebody, I can smell, you know, if they have some kind of a candle lit or if they put cologne on and stuff like that. And with the knowing, I just, like, people can ask me questions and I don't even know who they are, but I can tell them answers. I just know. It's just there in my brain and I just know. Now, mind you, every single human on this planet can do this. I'm not special. Nobody on YouTube that's a reader or that knows stuff or that channels or any of that is special in any way, shape, or form. We all have it. Every single one of us have it. It's just you wanting to grow on it and build on it or not. I mean, it's all up to you. And what I'm learning in this process is if you don't hold back and you do what you need to do, what your guiding and your intuition is telling you, then life is so much easier. Oh my goodness, let me tell you how much easier it is. I'm so calm now, and I used to just be a basket case of emotions. I am a Cancer sun, I am a Sagittarius moon, and I am an Aquarius rising. And then my Venus is in Libra. So I trine fire, earth, air, and water. I have more fire in my chart than anything, but the water is right behind it, and I have plenty of air and plenty of earth. So I feel everything from people I don't know to everything that the collective is feeling right now. Everything. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my body. And up until I woke up and found out what ascension is and what we're going through and everything, I didn't know that I was feeling everybody else's emotions. I didn't know that when I was having an awesome day and then all of a sudden my day would just go to shit, it was because it was somebody else. It wasn't me. It was somebody else. But I feel that deep, deep, deep inside of me. I feel it. And so through this process, I've learned what is mine and what is other people's. And I've learned how to control it. And I've learned how to just be me and know that, hey, this emotion is mine. I need to deal with it. I need to forgive it. I need to thank it for the lessons it's taught me. And I need to let it go. With the other people's energy that I feel, I transmute it back into the collective to be healed and to be brought back to them with loving energy and unconditional love. That is something that I had to learn how to do. And if I hadn't found people talking about this on YouTube and stuff, I would have never known. And I would have stayed in that mindset that everybody put me in, that I was crazy, that I was bipolar, I was depressed, I had anxiety, I needed to be put on this medication and that medication and this medication. And as I'm speaking about medication, let me just talk right now and say, I don't use medication at all. Occasionally I will have something for my headache, but pretty much I'm totally holistic. I have 5 children. I have 4 boys and a daughter. I do not get my children shots anymore. I do not go to the doctor unless it's a dire emergency. I heal my children and myself at home. And here's the reason. The drug industry is set up to keep you in a repetitive cycle, to where you're just going and going and going. Okay, you have this condition. Let me give you this medication. Okay, when that medication don't work, let me give you a stronger medication and add to that. Okay? It's ridiculous the amount of medicine that people are on these days for illnesses that aren't even illnesses. It's something in your body that needs to be healed, yes, but it's not an illness. It just is projecting itself as an illness because you're not paying attention and you're not listening to what it's trying to tell you about it. Okay, and I'll say this, okay? When my daughter was born, I didn't know anything about the shots and the medication and stuff. It's all research that I had to do. Okay, my daughter will be 4 next month. And she was born with, okay, no, let me rephrase this. Her first year of life was absolutely amazing. I had no problems, nothing with her. She was the healthiest child in the world. Around her 1-year birthday, we go to the doctor and we get the shots that every 1-year-old has to have. And they gave her 9 shots that day. They didn't prick her 9 times, but they gave her 9 shots. And in those 9 shots, they mixed so many things in together that shouldn't even have been mixed together. But I had no clue. I had 4 boys. And when I had my first son in 96, the shots were maybe 6 shots a year. My second son, I had 98. It was still about the same. Then 10 years later, I had 2 more boys, and it went to 12, 13 shots. And then 6 years later, by the time I had Paisley, in 1 year, it was like, and she was behind when she got her first shots. So she got 9 the first time, and then we were supposed to go back and get more because she was behind, which would have made it about 12 shots in total by her first birthday. By her first birthday, the amount of shots that my oldest children got in their, in years. And so I take her home that afternoon, and she's running fever, and she's sick, and she's fussy, which is normal for kids that get shots. But then we wake up the next morning, and my daughter's skin is absolutely beautiful. It's just peeling off of her. And I don't know what's going on, and I'm freaking out. She's been running a fever all night. I get her, I take her back to the doctors, and this is when we find out, hey, she has severe eczema. Okay, yesterday, she was a perfectly healthy child that didn't have anything. She goes and gets shots, and today you're telling me my child has eczema and her skin is falling off. So I went from her first birthday until her second year of life with her on this medication and that medication and this medication and that medication and nothing healing it. I did everything holistic. I tried everything possible to get my daughter better. She couldn't go outside. She couldn't be around pets. I couldn't visit family. I couldn't take her anywhere. It was horrific. My child's skin was falling off of her. It was the saddest thing that I've ever seen in my life. So I start doing research, and I'm finding out all this stuff and everything. And I decide that I'm not going to give her any more shots. So I don't. But in this, we're having doctor's appointments. We're having allergies tests. I went to an allergy appointment with her at 1.5 years old. And that it was the most horrifying experience I have ever had in my life with my children. I had to sit there and hold my child with no clothes on her back, no shirt or anything, get her completely naked down to a diaper and hold her with everything I had while this doctor sat there with a knife, a syringe, razor blade, and, I was so stressed out that I can't even tell you everything that they used, and they scratched her. And they scratched her, and they scratched her, and then they wrote numbers on her. And we're supposed to wait an hour for all these tests to come back while my child's sitting here screaming with so many scratches and bleeding on her back. And I can't take it anymore. So 45 minutes into it, I'm in hysteria. I haven't had a doctor come in, a nurse come in. Nobody's come in. Nobody's told me nothing. This is my first experience with this. I am terrified. And so I get upset and finally start mama bearing and yelling, I need to know what's going on. My child's screaming. Y'all didn't let me feed her before I brought her in. She needs food. She needs water. She needs something. I need to feed my child. I need to do for my child. And this doctor comes in who, might I add, while we were doing our little survey before they started doing all this, she wanted to know what Paisley was and wasn't eating. And at this point, my child didn't really like to eat a whole lot. And when I mentioned that my child ate Cheetos, this lady rolled her eyes at me like I was stupid. And I'm not stupid. I know that your children aren't supposed to have mass quantities of Cheetos and fried foods and stuff. But at that point, that's what my child was eating, and she wasn't in the hospital for not eating. She was having fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, but she liked Cheetos. So this lady immediately rolls her eyes at me. So when she comes back in, I can already tell that she doesn't want anything to do with me. She thinks I'm a bad mom because I fed my child stuff that she doesn't agree with. So she had just left us sitting in this room and not talking to us because I was the bad mom that fed my child something wrong. And so I start, like I said, getting heated. And anyways, we have some few choice words, and I just tell her, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave and take my child elsewhere. And so as I'm doing this, this is a doctor that's been in school for years and years and years. I'm a mother. I've raised kids for years, but I'm not a doctor. This lady is steadily running behind me at my back through this entire facility of 5 flights, elevators and everything, running at me behind my back, telling me that I'm the worst mother in the world and everything, that I need to stay there and she needs to be put on this medication and that medication and this medication. So I just leave. And I finally turn around and I said, can you please just shut up? And I'm not dealing with this anymore. If you don't stop, I will go to your supervisor. So she finally stops and turns around and shuts up. Now, I leave, and a couple weeks later, my daughter gets really, really bad again. And, I don't know what to do. I'm not going to deal with these doctors, or anything. And so I take her back to her PA. which I absolutely love this lady, have loved her since Paisley was born. She's been amazing. And she puts us on some holistic stuff and everything, and pretty much tells me that, you know, Paisley's getting worse and that I have a week to get her cleared up. And if I can't get her cleared up in that week, then Paisley's going to have to go in the hospital. Well, anybody that knows me knows that I don't do hospitals unless it's emergencies. I do not like it. I do not want to be in them. I'm not judging anybody that does. It's just not for me. Hospitals are not for me. So I immediately go into terror mode. My daughter's not going in the hospital. I can't let this happen. And I start just, oh my gosh, what can I do? So I just start Googling and everything, and I find this wet dry method to where you give them a bath, you sop them in lotion, then you get a pair of footies, you wet them, and then you put another pair of footies over the top of it. So I thought, I've never tried this before. Let's go with it. And Eucerin was what worked best for her. So that was the lotion that I used and the bath that I used and everything. And I would give her Eucerin oatmeal baths. And I did this for 3 days, and my daughter's skin completely cleared up. No medication, no nothing, completely cleared up. We go back to the doctor on the Friday, and her doctor walks in, and her mouth just falls to the floor. And she's like, Carrie, I had the room set up and everything. I just knew we were going to be putting her in the hospital today, and we're not going to have to, and we're not going to have to put her on any medication anymore, because whatever you've done is working. Just keep doing that. And I did. And from the age of 2, maybe about 2.5, my daughter hasn't had severe eczema anymore. I don't have to keep her inside. I don't have to keep her away from people. I don't have to keep her away from animals. I don't have to keep her away from anything. And that is amazing to me, because this was a child that was, you know, living at our house, in our house alone, you know, no sunshine, not out being able to do anything. Couldn't take her swimming, couldn't do anything, to a child that's living a fulfilled life now. And all of that is because I went inside and looked and healed her myself, and was thinking that it was, you know, the lotions and stuff, but it was me that healed her. And I found out through all this, you know, that I am a healer, that one of my gifts in life is a healer. And I can heal through my hands, right here. They turn a pinkish color, brighter reddish pink whenever I'm doing it. And I can heal with that. And then I can also just heal with my intentions. And that's something I'm meant to do. That's something I'm here for. That's something that I'm meant to do, and that I'm going to help anybody that needs it, anybody that I can with. I've healed other people in my family. And like I said in the beginning, people didn't believe, you know, in me and stuff, but they do believe in my healing, and they want my healing and my positive energy and my good vibes and stuff, but they don't believe in what I'm doing. And so that's hard. It's so hard, because it's like, come do what you were put here on this earth to do for me, but I don't believe it, but it's helping me, and I see that it's helping me, but I still don't believe it. And that just baffles me. It does. It just baffles me. So I'm sorry I got over on all of this. I'm going to go ahead and go back into my ascension. So with my ascension and waking up and everything, and then in November having another tower moment, and just learning, and just, I went for 6 months nonstop on my phone, on my computer, on everything, just on YouTube, just finding out everything I possibly could find out about ascension and just what was going on in my life. And through that, I've learned so much. I've learned about astrology. I've learned about tarot cards that I use. I've learned about saging, which my sage just went out. I've learned about saging and cleansing my house of negative energies, of cleansing my aura, of cleansing everything that I can, of the positivities that come out of saging that is so good. I have learned about crystals that help with healing, that help with teaching, that help with you learning. You know, I've learned, and before this, you know, I had no earthly ideal. I've always been attracted to crystals and attracted to tarot readers and psychics and stuff, but I didn't really have an ideal of why, because like I said, when I was a child, I blocked all that stuff down. I was told it was the devil and it wasn't of God. And me being a Christian woman, going to church all the time, learning about God, loving God, knowing that I wanted a relationship with God, you know, I shut it all down because I didn't understand what people were telling me because they didn't understand. And so, you know, to anybody that thinks that this is devil and this is not of God and this is not of Christ and of love and light, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are so wrong that you could not even be more wrong in your entire life. I am a child of God. I am a Christian. I have been a Christian, a Pentecostal. I've been in a lot of religions and learned a lot of stuff throughout my life. Now, mind you, I do not go to church anymore because I don't feel that you have to go to church to love God, to talk to God, to hear God, to be with God. I don't believe in any of that. And I believe that there's a lot going on in churches these days that is not of God and is not right. That is my personal opinion. You're allowed to have your own opinion. I'm not trying to offend anybody when I say that. Just church is not for me. I have read the Bible front to back numerous times. I know everything that is in it. Some of it I believe to be 100% true. Some of it I believe that has been doctrine over years and years and years and years and years. So therefore, I just take what I know and what I understand and what resonates with me, and I just leave the rest. Just like you should do with this video or anything that you're learning on YouTube or anything else. If it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, leave the rest. Because some will and some won't. Everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has different stuff that they believe in their life and that they know to be true. And so I don't judge anybody from that. I love learning. If you have an opinion that you want me to know about, you know, post it in the comments. I love learning anything new that I can learn, because when you learn, you grow and you expand and you use your right and your left brain that has been closed down for so many years, you know. Through this, I've learned, you know, about all of that. I've learned about our DNA, about the crystalline DNA, about, you know, the moon phases and why every time there's going to be a new moon, a full moon, an eclipse, I get sick. I get really, really sick. I get depleted. My energy gets depleted. The moon cycles phases me really bad. So through that time, I have to drink a lot of water, do a lot of grounding and stuff. And this is stuff that I had no idea that I needed to do before now, because I didn't know anything about it. This isn't just stuff that people just talk about every day. It's not. It is getting to be bigger topics, and more people are talking about it, and more people are learning about it, and more people are teaching about it. But if you don't know how to find it or where to find it, you're not going to know what's going on, and you're not going to know what your higher self is and what you need to listen to, your intuition, your higher self. You're not going to know that crystals help you with your energy, with teaching you stuff, with helping you with stuff. You know, you're not going to know any of that. You're not going to know that you need sage to help with your aura, to get the energy vampires and stuff off of you, to keep your vibration at a high vibration. And everybody goes through this. Everybody does. I do it daily. I know that everybody does. But when you're going through this, the trick is to try to keep it as much up like this as you can possible. Because the higher vibration you are, the higher in your heart that you are, the happier that you are. It just keeps everything flowing in a positive state. As above, so below. As within, so without. You know, that is what is just all day, every day. So for instance, if you wake up in the mornings and you do your prayers and your affirmations and you thank God for letting you breathe and waking up and for this beautiful day, and you wake up thinking this is going to be a great day. It's going to be a beautiful day. No matter what, it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm going to go through trials. I know I'm going to have my ups and downs, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Well, right then, you're setting your intention right then that it's going to be a great day. And you know what? It's going to be a great day. You just have to think positive, be positive, and just love, just unconditionally love. Everything that you go through every single day, you chose to go through that. You have a contract, a soul contract before you come in with every single thing that you're going to go through your entire life. Now, some things are going to change a little bit according to what you do and don't do. But for the most part, you have a blueprint set out for you of everything. Just like with me, my blueprint was for my awakening to be around last year. Other people have woken up 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. A lot have woken up 20 and 12, and then there's just like a whole lot that are waking up right now. Twin flames, star seeds, indigos, crystals. I mean, there is just so many people on this planet that are different, but so alike in so many ways. Pleiadians, Arcturians, you know, the star systems. Every single star has something to do with you. You know, we have DNA from all species in us. We are a mix of DNA. And everybody's just finding that out and finding out who they are and what they are and everything. Also with the Ascension, you lose a lot of people because they're no longer going to vibrate at where you're vibrating. And when you're vibrating higher and higher and higher, you're bringing in more positive stuff to you and everything, and people that are vibrating down here can't get to you because you're up here with it, so they're just going to fall away. And also when you have a high vibration, you know, everybody that you come in contact with all day, every single day, is going to have to rise to that vibration. And if they can't do that, then they're not going to want to be around you because it makes them feel some type of way. And so as long as you just stay positive and happy and just in unconditional love, be in your heart, be what you want to see in this world. If you want change in this world, be that change. Because in doing that, you are changing your reality. You're changing your children's reality. If you have children, your family's reality. You're changing everybody that you come in contact's reality. And so you want to do that. And through this, you know, I did a grounding video a week or so ago that's on my page, but I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. Now, when I have trials in my daily life, I will go outside barefooted, stand on the dirt, hug a tree, look at the clouds, look at the sun, listen to the birds, just be in nature. And that immediately takes me from here to here. Nature is one of our best friends. You know, we need nature. We need the animals. It teaches us so much. It's so good for us to be in nature and just to be in the sunshine and water and it just cleanses us, and we need it. I mean, we just need it so bad. And so when I'm feeling that and I'll go outside and do that, then I just immediately feel so much better. And then say one of my kids are having a bad day. I'm that tree hugging hippie, that one that everybody talks about. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy because I talk to my trees. I've adopted my trees. I love my trees. I will tell my kids, Cooper, go hug a tree. You're getting a little moody right now. I need you to go hug a tree, son. Paisley, let's go hug a tree, baby. Let's go talk to the trees. And we go outside and we hug them trees. And you know what? We feel better. I feel better. They feel better. And it takes all the tension and the negative energy, and it just disperses it, and it breaks it up. And, you know, let go and let God. Those words right there are amazing words to know, to hear, to feel, to be. Let go and let God. And that's something that I had to learn too, because as I spoke earlier in the video, I was always a very anxious person. I had a lot of anxiety over everything because I felt everything with everybody. And I could always fix everybody else's life, but I couldn't fix my life. And I didn't know why that I could help everybody with everything that they had going on and give them honest, true feedback on, you know, how I felt about the situation, and that would truly help them. But I couldn't help me because I wasn't listening to what I was telling them and listening to what I knew to be true. I was just living in this lower energy of this just anxiety all the time, to where I went into my shell. I'm a Cancer, like I said, and I went into my shell. I would hide from everybody. No, not my children so much, but from just reality and life and everything in general. I would just hide from it. I didn't want to be a part of it. You know, if I would go into stores, I would just go in there happy and come out feeling negative and angry, just so angry. And I didn't know it's because I was picking up on everybody else's vibrations. And so I had to learn that I needed to, you know, block and guide and cleanse myself before I could go and ground, before I could go out in public, before I could be around people, just even people in my family, because whatever they were going through, I would suck it up like a sponge. And I would think that it was me, and it wasn't me that was going through, it was them. And so I had to learn all that, and I had to learn to stop doing that, and I had to learn to stop giving all my energy to everybody else, because in this I've found out that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't. If your cup is empty, you can't give to anybody else, and that's what I was doing. I was giving every single thing that I had to everybody else, and I wasn't keeping anything for myself. So it was depleting me, and it was making me sick. You know, I went through cancer 3 times in the last 2 years, and I've always been this healthy person that has not really ever been sickly. And if I was sick, it was a serious condition or something serious. I went through cancer 3 times. 3 times, you know, and it was horrific, and I beat it, and it's gone, and I didn't have to do chemo or anything, thank God. But to all you cancer survivors out there, God bless you. You were so strong. That was the most scariest part in my life, because I had always been scared of dying and leaving my kids. I lost my dad early on. You know, I love my mom to death. She's always been in my life, but she's always had other obstacles that she's had to go through and everything. So I never wanted to die and leave my kids. And the first thing that you think of when they say the cancer word is, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. So the first time I had it, I went in, I had a LEAP procedure, and they cut out big pieces of me. and got it away and everything. And then it came back probably about a year later, and I went in and I had another LEAP procedure done, and they thought they got it all again. And then it came back again. And so I have a young daughter, so hysterectomy was not in it for me. So we did what was called an ablation. So they went up and they pretty much shocked and burned out my entire uterus to get the cancer gone, and it worked. I didn't have any more symptoms. I didn't have anything else. I was okay after that. I mean, I had a little pain, but I didn't have 6 months recovery time or anything like that that would happen with a hysterectomy. Then last November, as I was talking about, I had a tower moment again. This tower moment was, I got really sick. I went into the doctor. I was hurting. I was having a lot of pain. I was bleeding and everything. And I went in and they sent me immediately over to the hospital. I had pretty much a baseball-sized tumor that had come up in my stomach. And so immediately, what do? You go into fear again. Oh my goodness, the cancer's back. It didn't work. It didn't happen. You know, they get me in, they do CAT scans, they do a bunch of procedures and stuff. They put me in the hospital. They give me 3 IVs at once that are going through me all night long. You know, they get me ready. They're going to prep me for surgery. I'm going to go in and have my second surgery of my life. And, you know, they're going to cut this out and they're going to see what it is, because it's this big black tumor, this big black mass. So I stay up all night, scared to death, on YouTube, praying, calling in my angels, just freaking out because I'm going to have this surgery the next day. We don't know what it is. You know, they're teetering towards the cancer, but they're not 100% sure of what it is. So needless to say, staying up all night and everything, I had a CAT scan scheduled for in the morning before I would go in for the surgery, just to see, you know, so they could see where it was and everything. And I wake up the next morning, the fever's gone. I'm not sick. I don't feel bad. I feel amazing. They come in, they do my labs and stuff, going to get me ready to go into surgery and stuff. And they come back an hour before surgery and tell me, we don't know what's going on, but there's no mass there anymore. There's no tumor there. There no more. You're completely clear. Whatever this was yesterday and for the last week, you know, and mind you, I was in the hospital on Thanksgiving. Whatever this was, it's not anything now. It's gone. And I'm just like dumbfounded, like, what? Like, I seen the mass yesterday. I seen it. I went through all this. I've gone through everything. And I came home and I found out that I healed myself. I had no idea what I was doing. My higher self was helping me to do it, but I healed myself. And so that just dug me deeper into this. Oh my goodness, I need to learn all that I can. This is amazing. You know, this is a gift from God. I need to learn all this. And I just started learning everything that I possibly could learn so that I could help everybody else the way that I was helping myself, and to just be there for the people that didn't understand what was going on, as I didn't understand what was going on in the beginning of this. And then in March, I had my massive dark night of the soul. I had to release childhood trauma that was done to me from parents, from family, from just all kinds of stuff. I had to release that, and I went into a downward spiral. I had an attunement done on me March 3rd, and I felt amazing March 4th and March 5th. March 6th, I just started spiraling down again. Everything that I had gone through, everything that I had released with my father and with other stuff, it was taking a toll on me. And I had a downward spiral. I got blocked. I couldn't hear my angels. I didn't know what was going on. It was just like I would hit a brick wall. I went from being happy and knowing all this stuff to releasing all of it and feeling amazing to just smack, nothing. And I didn't know what it was. And I thought, oh my goodness, what have I done? You know, I think I'm doing what's best for me. I'm releasing this. I'm loving everybody. I'm learning from my experiences. I'm letting go of stuff that I've held on for so long. You know, I'm believing in myself. I'm loving myself to just bam, to thinking, you know, all of this is not true. It's just, you know, because I had people in my head talking to and telling me, you know, none of this is true. You know, it's only happening because you think it's happening and stuff like that. And so I started doubting myself. I started doubting everything. And I started just like not understanding what was going on again. So that in that, I dug deeper into everything, and I started learning Akashic records. I started learning other stuff, and I just went back into my shell and I hid again. And for me, that's how I cope with life sometimes. It's something I have to do. I have to have a lot of alone time in order to process everything that's going on in my life, everything that's going on with me, my children, all of this. I have to process, I have to be alone. So sometimes I may not be on here as much as possible, and that has nothing to do with anybody. It's just the fact that I need to process out what is going on in my life at that point. I need to go within and see why this is happening and what lessons I need to learn from it and what I need to get out of it, and just pretty much, why is this here? Why is this on me? Why am I bringing this back to myself again? And figure it out and thank it, love it, thank myself, and let it go. To be let go into the collective and come back love and light. And through this, I know I'm rambling a lot, but through this, I just want everybody to know that if you're on this spiritual path and you're going through this, everything is different for everybody. And something that I go through may not be something that you go through, but if you share with people what you're going through, it's very likely that there is something that you're going through that they are going through and that they need help with. And so if you have knowledge on it and you know that you can help somebody with it, help them. You don't have to have a channel on YouTube to do that. You know, you can do it every day in your daily life. You can, every bit of love and light that you put out comes back to you. Everything that you are helping comes back to you. My heart feels so overjoyed when I do these videos, and I can just feel the love and everything that's going to come from them, because I'm teaching what I know to be right and to be truthful, and just helping, you know, because like I said in the beginning, I didn't have a lot of help. People just thought I was crazy. I thought I was crazy. I didn't know what was going on in my life to be dealing with any of this stuff. And so for me to be sitting, and I am one of the shyest people you will meet. Let me just put that out there right now. If you'd have told me 6 months ago, 2 months ago, I would have had a YouTube channel and be putting videos out and helping people, I would have laughed in your face and walked away, because it's not something I do. I'd rather be behind the scenes helping than in front of the scenes. But I'm finding out that, you know, I'm putting my face on camera and helping and sharing my experiences. That way I can help other people, because on YouTube, there is a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge, but it's in robotic voices. You don't see the human, you don't see the avatar, you don't see the person doing it. And so you're learning from that, but you're not really taking a whole lot from it because it's not something you can see in front of you and feel, and that. So I felt called to do videos of me, and my very first one was the hardest one because I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know any of that. I just knew that I needed to do it, and I knew that it was something that I needed to get over in my life, of being shy and not feeling like I was worthy of being on YouTube and showing my face or anything, because I'm worthy, you're worthy, we're all worthy. And whether it's showing your face or aiming down at a beautiful picture or anything like that, just share. You can share that way. It's awesome. And I'm not trying to say that any of that's wrong. And I learned so much from people that weren't avatars and humans on the screen. I did. I learned a lot. But I resonate and connect more with people I can see and I can feel, as opposed to just hearing in a robotic voice what, they're saying. So I'm doing videos, and 90% of the time I don't even know what I'm going to talk about on the videos. I just ground and meditate and get in my headspace to where I need to be to talk, and I just do it. And if you watch my very first video, you notice that I'm speaking very low and you can't hear a lot of what I say, and that's something to where when I get really nervous, my voice drops. So I'm trying to make it a point and remind myself, Carrie, talk louder. They need to hear what you're saying instead of just seeing your mouth move, your lips move. And so that's something that I had to work on and just be able to do. And it was hard at first. It was, really, really, really hard at first for me to be able to do that. But I feel like I'm getting better and at it, and just talking about all this shyness, as you can tell, I've just started fidgeting and moving and everything because I got back into my head about I'm so shy while I'm on YouTube doing videos. And I'm on YouTube doing videos because I am shy and because I do want to let people know that what you have to say matters and what you're going through in this life matters. And everybody's on a different path. Everybody's doing different stuff right now, but it matters. And people need to hear what you have to say. They need to hear it because it opens up their eyes and it helps them and it teaches them that it is okay to talk and to be able to share your experiences, because you are helping other people. You are. And, I learn every single day something new. I'm going to do a call out right now on my YouTube channel right now to Alana Ash, Clairvoyant 9D. I have learned so much from her. She puts it in terms that I resonate with, that I understand, and she's a part of my soul family. I feel very in tune with her. I feel very in touch with her. Everything that she says resonates big time with me. And she's somebody that I get on YouTube every single day and I look for her videos. And it's to a point now that we're resonating so much together that when she posts a video, I can feel it and I know, and I just go on and I listen to it. There are other amazing people out there that I do listen to, but she's one that I want to give a big call out to and say, if you don't listen to her, then you may want to give it a chance. And if you don't resonate with her, then there's other people out there that you will resonate with and that you will learn from and that can help you on this and to teach you. I have another person on YouTube that has helped me a lot, and her name is Helen Harris and Grandmom. and she is a psychic that I talked to that helped me on my twin flame journey to get over my twin flame that passed in 2012. She opened my eyes to a lot of things. She has been somebody that has pushed me to do this, to do a YouTube channel, to get the cards that I've always felt drawn to and that I knew that I could do, and I just knew about them and about the crystals and stuff. She's given me so much encouragement, so much love and light, and she's been through some stuff in the last few months, and I'd like to send her love and light too. Another one that I follow tarot wise on YouTube is Lollipop. Lollipop is an amazing, beautiful soul. She is spot on with what she says. She resonates really good with me. She is a beautiful soul. Another one would be Dee's Divine Guidance. And I love her. She is amazing. And there's another one that her name is Becky. Be Divine. Be Divine. She is one that is amazing. And so I just kind of wanted to do a call out to some of the people that have been helping me. That way, if you want to go and find them and search on them and see what they're all about and see what you can learn from them, then there's some to go on. And, you know, just whoever resonates with you, if you felt drawn to a channel that you've never heard before or something, then just go on it and listen. Maybe there's a message in it for you that you need to hear. You know, maybe there is. I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling about my ascension right now. And I was gonna pull a card from my ascension angels, you know, for today. But as I'm sitting here talking to everybody, I feel guarded to draw out of my angels, ask angels. So I'm going to see what we can get out of that real quick, and just see what maybe the angels might have for us today. Angels, please come in and give us messages. And just see what they have, and we'll see what comes about. Had to get into my space in my head for a second. Sometimes the cards want to jump and sometimes they don't. So let's just give it a second and see if they want to jump. If not, I'll just go to what I'm drawn to, feel guided to pull. And actually, I do right now. I'm going to pull two because I felt guided to pull these two, and this is what I got. Relax. Angel of Relaxation. Beautiful, beautiful card. And this is pretty much kind of what I was talking about on here. And in this, they just want you to relax and just be in tune with what you have going on inside of you, and don't put too much judgment on what anybody else has to say about it. Just relax and know that you're being guided, and everything that is inside of you and that you're being guided to is there for a reason. So just relax and let it be. And then the next card that I pulled is Your Higher Self, Archangel Metatron. And this is beautiful, beautiful. Such a beautiful, bright, yellow, vibrant color. And if you can see, she's down here in her Merkaba, meditating and getting her higher wisdom. And what she needs to know, or he or she, not gender specific, needs to know from it. And you know, Archangel Metatron is a very powerful archangel. And if you call on him or any of the other archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, Zedek, oh my goodness, I just messed that one up. So sorry. You know, any of them that you call on will help you, and they are all there, and they're just sitting there all, you know, just waiting. They're all around you at all times, just waiting for you to call them, call their name, you know, call what they're, if you're having problems in life and in your personal atmosphere, you know, just call on them. They'll be there for anything. This is Archangel Michael, the beautiful blue ray, you know, and just say, hey, Archangel Michael, you know, today's hard for me. I need some guidance. I need something, you know, I need to know, like I called on him before I got on here. Archangel Michael, please come down and help me to give the best messages that I can give today, you know, and they're there, they're just waiting, but you have free will and they can't infringe on your free will. So if you don't ask them to come in, they can't, and they're just right there, and they want to help you, and they want to do so much for you and to be there for you and everything, but they can't if you don't ask them. So, you know, even if you don't believe in angels and stuff like that, call on your higher self, your guides, you know, anybody like that. And Archangel Michael, again, live with passion. Live with your passion. Be in your passion. You know, you have to, your passion is there for a reason. I mean, look at her. She's just standing there on the edge of this cliff with the birds flying around and these beautiful colors, the trees, out in nature, just loving life, you know? And that's a beautiful feeling. When you find out what your passion is and what you want to be and everything, and as I say that, connect with nature, Archangel Ariel came up, you know, nature's so very important. And if you're in cold climates and you can't just go barefooted outside, you know, just go outside and stand there for 5 minutes and breathe in that good ass prana, that air, breathe it in. As Infinite Waters, another one, let me call out to him, another one that I absolutely truly love, you know, says, breathe in that good ass prana because it helps you so much. It's there for you. You need it. And then we got, the next card we got is White Light Chakra Activation. There's a beautiful Merkaba again. You know, your astral body that you travel in, that everybody does every single night, but not a lot of people know about that. You know, we're out there helping, even if you're not awake and you don't realize it and you don't know, you're out there helping and doing, you know. And the white light, you can call upon the white light at any time to come in, you know, from Christ in through your crown chakra, down your spine, your chakra system, out through your feet into the ethers of the earth. That's a good grounding technique. The white light will come and cleanse you, cleanse your aura, your field, you know, cleanse anything. You just have to call upon it and use it in your life. And cleansing, clear and shield with the white light too. Cleanse and shield, as I was talking about, because it's so good to do that, and it helps you with really anything that you need helping with. You know, the angels are there to help you cut cords, to help you realize what you're going through, whatever lesson you're being taught or learning. You know, they're all there to help you. And another Archangel Michael one, open your heart. Open your heart. Love, unconditionally love everyone, no matter what. Everybody is here for a reason, to teach you something to help you open your eyes to just be. And to help guide you on your path, you just have to, you know, pay attention and believe. Just believe in yourself. And I guess I've been on here for an hour and 3 minutes just rambling, but I don't really feel like I've been rambling. I feel like I've gotten a lot of stuff off my chest that I needed to talk about, that, you know, people needed to hear. And I really just hope that with this video I've helped somebody, and that I just want to help and to teach and to be there for anybody that needs me to be there for them. So I'm going to go ahead and close off this video now, because it's going to take forever to upload. I can only imagine my 30-minute video took hours to upload, so we will see. And I just want to thank you for subscribing to my channel, for liking my videos, for being a part of my awakening. And just, if you have any topics that you'd like me to discuss, you know, put them in the comments. I would love any feedback that anybody has to give me on anything. I love feedback, and I'm very appreciative to anybody who is on my channel listening to these videos. And just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, thank you. And may love and light be with you always. And I'm gonna end it now. Thank you so much. Namaste.